So in my class, I always use the Ranger Journal, the Dilutions Creative Journal. And even though I usually go right on to the pages, this time I am going to be doing the project on watercolor paper, which we will stick in here afterwards. I need to have a hard surface for this project. Okay, so I went to get something so that there is a contrast. So now you can see the white cold pressed watercolor paper, which I am going to use. Now the medium I am going to be using are the Faber Castell Pit Pastel pencils. And they come in different color sets. And I am going to use the red yellow set, and there is a blue green set. And I am going to limit myself to using these 6 colors. Sometimes it is a challenge to limit yourself to just a few colors, but we are going to do that today. So these pastel pencils are available here at Bella. So now I want this watercolor paper to be able to fit into my journal. So what I need to do is I need to cut this down. I already did my math, so I need to cut this down to 7 3/4 by 11 inches. Okay, so I have my Fiskus cutter. I know I've mentioned before, this is my favorite cutter. And it has an arm that extends. And so we are going to cut this at 7 3/4. And you take your paper and you butt it up to the top. And I'm going to go over here to 7 3/4 and by 11. Alright, so there's my 7 3/4. And you know, watercolor paper is a little bit thicker than cardstock. And then I'm going to turn and cut at 11. All set and ready to rock and roll. Alright, so now I have cut out my mask. And I understand that this is white on white. I'm looking up at the camera and I think you can see that I have just cut out different shapes. They're oval, they're round shapes, but not perfect. Alright, so this is going to be sort of a field of flowers. So I'm going to put these down and arrange them until I like them. And that looks perfectly fine. So now what I want to do is I want these to be masked. I do not want any color underneath here because I want to lay down my background color and the flower colors are going to be different. And I don't want to have to layer color on color. So in order to secure them, I'm just going to get a little Scotch tape and make those little, I don't know, what do we call those? Little circle things. And just put them down. Have some going off the edge, like you can see over here. I think it's more pleasing to the eye to have things going off. Alright, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did 7. Alright, so I have those down, and I will be holding them down as well with my fingers when I apply the color. So I'm using the red-yellow group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so let me get the yellow. You always go light to dark. That is just a rule. Light to dark. And I've been playing with these a little bit, so I don't have much of a point. I am going to get my pencil sharpener.